It's day 3 of the Nile Conference here in Cairo for season 3 of the BAL-Africa League. We've seen all 6 teams strut their stuff here at the Hassan Mustafa Arena. First up, a Southern African affair, showing us that they want to rewrite or write a new dynasty here in Cairo, following on from Zamalek in the first season.
I expect Beira to be a lot sharper today as Nimamade, Young, Gay, Will Perry anchoring the backcourt, and Sidibe will have to have a presence in the paint, especially with the matchups that he's looking up against. They are a well-balanced side and expect them to just shoot the ball a lot better. We're looking for improved performances from Young and Perry. Nimamade was a bit too quiet in that opener against Ahly.
Yeah, absolutely. No change from the starting 5 from that clash against Ahly, as we see the players will take a look now at the team who are runners-up in season 2 from Angola, Petro de Luanda. Yeah, so we saw that Petro de Luanda are in town, 89-71 victors over the City Oilers. No change from the starting 5 from that encounter out here today.
Not a change at all. Dundao and Moraes, a strong backcourt. Pedro and Gonçalves alongside Gaku anchor the front court. Gaku going to try and build on his MVP performance, 16 points, 6 boards. But they are so well balanced, and they also have depth from the bench. What they want to do is start well once again. And it's going to be interesting to see how Dundao and Perry match up in the backcourt. And putting the ball on the floor around Dundao is usually a bad idea.
Yeah, there's Jose Neto, of course, the man in charge, who is looking to try and work his magic, the Brazilian. And let's take a look at the 2 key players that could stand out from the crowd, Q. First of all, we can look at this man here, Gonçalves.
Well, Gonçalves is a scorer. He can move the ball up and down the floor. Maktargay in shot. He did not have a good opening encounter for Ferroviario de Beira. He'll look to start a lot better than he did. And if he does work well inside the paint, he's going to be matched up against front court players that include the 2022 Defensive Player of the Year coming off the bench, Ater Majok, but Johnny Petro just as strong inside. Gaku.
Yeah, that's Gaku, of course. We need to watch out for this man here. Very impressive. Originally, he was born in Guinea-Conakry, but he played for the Angolan national team. But just look what he produced. You reeled off a couple of those details a moment ago, Q.
Yeah, he is the Angolan League MVP once again, and repeating his feat from 2023.
Time for tip-off, ladies and gentlemen, 2 back-to-back encounters and some thrilling drama that will unfold here in Cairo. Tip-off claimed by Beira.
Ball just touched out. And we have a change of possession immediately.
Within the space of 4 seconds. And Carlos Moraes will have possession here. There he is, Childe Dundao. Steals, balls big time. Member of the all-defensive team, high shot coming in by that man over on the far side, Jason Gonçalves, unable to sink that. Will Perry and Beira looking to get their chance. Nimamade goes up, tries to flow one over the top, just a little bit short, picked up, taken forward by that man, Gonçalves. Player down, but no illegal play. Made safe by Sidibe. Everybody getting a feel for what's going on. There's Young, that was trying to go around the outside. He goes down.
2 point-blank opportunities have gone astray for Ferroviario. They would want to capitalize, especially on the open shots that they've gotten early, but just a little bit nervy for the champions of Mozambique.
Childe Dundao, Moraes, we know how dangerous he is with the long shot. Look at that. First points go for Petro de Luanda, and it's a triple there from that man, Moraes.
Well, if there's one thing that Petro de Luanda do amazingly well, that's shoot the basketball from the 3-point line. They took 37 shots in their opener from downtown. They will continue to play that style of basketball. You don't shut them down on the perimeter, it could be a long afternoon.
Nimamade picks up possession as it goes loose. Lovely shot! And that is a fantastic effort, the 3-pointer from just straight down the middle. straight over the top, straight in.
Well, they were only 2 of 13 in the opening game from the three-point line, and CFV-Beira can only get better from outside.
And that's Q without even a calculator in his hands. Brilliant stuff. Thank you, Q. Gonçalves going around the outside here as Dundao. Down into the corners, Moraes. Back-to-back. No, it's not back-to-back. Made safe there by João Pedro. Dundao from straight down the middle. His shot comes off the metal, and Petro has the ball in his hand, but he committed the foul.
So 2 things on that possession. They still haven't closed out on the perimeter. They're getting wide open shots. And the second thing is they've got to control the boards. João Pedro secured the second possession. They've got to make sure it's one and done on the defensive end.
Looking for an important, big, strong performance from Nigel Young. Of course, the American, the former Santa Cruz player who grew up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Sidibe. Trying to turn his man. Difficult times against João Pedro. Just gets in the way and does enough there, Q.
It's great possession defensively for Petro.
Long-range shot and another one that doesn't sink. Made safe, and they go again. Of course, Sidibe doing excellently on the defensive rebounds.
Still early going. Only 1 of 4 on their last attempts from the perimeter.
Will Perry, ducking and diving, comes off the legs. And they'll get possession back there. Just couldn't find the bounce pass through the thicket, and there was definitely a few long legs there.
Petro will keep probing the outside if they don't get coverage out on the shooters. 5 guys on the floor that can knock down long-range shots.
Yeah, it's not everybody who gets that luxury. Sidibe, there's the pass, the communication between him and Nemamad not good enough. The idea was good, though, because there was a gaping hole behind those 2 defenders.
Miscommunication and unforced error and turnover on that one.
I was looking at the positives. I always do. Here we go with Dundao, and the chance for Gonçalves into the hands of Petro. Swift turning. That's good work, but dispossessed. You can see that Gonçalves can't do anything about it. And this is Young. Young goes up, and it's a beautiful layup. Beautifully done.
He had numbers, and I like the composure. He looked up, went straight at the body, and very strong finish from Young.
Mr. Tenacity working his magic. Dundao into the hands of Gaku. And the chance for Moraes, just being monitored there by Maxar Gay of Senegal. Needs to get him out, to block him out. Oh, that is just unbelievably spot on target-wise.
Just great individual offense. Looked at the matchup, liked it, made the jump shot.
The response is emphatic. Nemamad with a big 3-pointer.
He's locked in. 6 quick points for Nemamad, and all of them coming from outside.
Luis Hernandez will be quite happy with the way that they've come up against this Petro team. It's getting physical there, but look at that. Beautiful pass, beautiful bucket, and 2 points for Petro after some good work from Gaku.
Showcasing versatility. They go outside, then they go back in.
Do you think that Gaku and Young are going to have a nice little battle, I think, out there today?
There's battles everywhere on this floor.
But someone who preaches peace on the side of the court is Usher. Usher, quite a very frenetic start to this encounter.
Yeah, absolutely. It is the Lusophone derby in the Nile Conference. You can feel that there's huge respect between the players from either side and the coaches as well. And we'll continue to see that throughout this game. And it's just really interesting to see how the players are growing into the fixture so far.
Absolutely. Of course, we've seen all of these teams play already. We've seen what they're capable of doing. They've realized what kind of a level of competition it is, and it's everybody's raising the bar in a big way. This is turning into something quite extraordinary. Each season, the level improves. Gaku gets the ball out wide, and then picked up by Dundao finally. Tries to go over the top, off the boards, and there's an offensive foul by Dundao. Despite the fact that it goes in, he can't believe his eyes.
The referee made the call early. The ball was floated up nicely, but credit the work on the defensive end from Gay to stay in front and take the contact and get to the floor.
So 8 points each. There we go. He can't believe it. He's a little bit unlucky. It's a fraction of a second, but it's one of those scenarios, you know, where it's just small margins, Q.
Very small margins.
Perry gets the ball back out. Numamad's trying to go for a big long-range shot. There's a travel call, a little bit of hesitation, and then he just caught him out.
According to Mines, didn't know whether he thought about the shot and then thought about putting the ball back on the floor, and that hesitation caused another turnover.
5:22 left in the first quarter. We're level as just clarification before we actually get the ball back into the hands of Gaku. Here he goes, Dundao. Oh, he's just it's a masterclass in three-point shooting. He's kind of surprised, man. We know what he's capable of doing, but he's really taken hold of that role of hitting from downtown, suburbs. That ball goes out, and that, a little bit lucky there, Young. Nemamad with a chance for a big three-pointer. Doesn't sink this time from the other side of the arc.
Well, he's definitely not shy. Both Nemamad and Dundao, they're down 2 of 8 in the last game that they played.
Pedro. That was excellent defensive play from Sidibe once again.
Such great matchups in both the front and back court, and you just get to understand how well matched these teams are. The score reflects it at this moment.
Very tight encounter in this opening 5 minutes. Just look at this. Dundao with a beautiful high over the top, and she goes. Big statement shot. Beira 11, Petro Beira 8, Petro 11. The Hassan Mustafa Sports Hall here in Cairo. Banks of the Nile River, shadows of the pyramids. Some wonderful pyramids, not just the Giza pyramids, there's lots. Aya Ahmed, get to know your ref. Q, do you know her?
I've learned a little bit about her. Her nickname's Yo-Yo. She likes listening to relaxing music and being in control inside the game, but more importantly, it's BAL for her day.
It is, absolutely. Yeah, celebrating BAL for her. Aya, well, wonderful part of this team as well, and she'll be going to the Women's World Cup in Spain later this year. And for the first time, 4 representatives from Africa will be going. Oh my! Big 3, Mr. Moraes once again.
Representing Africa on the court in the BAL. Moraes is a big 3 from downtown.
This is Young with a little spin, gets the ball out into the corner, taken forward there by Daman Mungoambe. Long-range shot. It's a shot that goes right over the top there by Nigel Young, and it's been picked up. And Dundao, it's a 6-point lead, and they'll look to try and make it 9! Remarkable downtown shooting from Carlos Moraes.
5th three-pointer for Petro de Luanda. They are lighting it up from the outside. They've got to find some coverages around the shooting.
12 points for that man who's 37 this year. Will Perry. And there's and the foul goes against Will Perry. And all of a sudden, Petro, you know, they really know how to ignite the fire, don't they?
They are dynamic, and you get to understand why they were last year's finalists, and they are certainly trying to make a statement early in this one.
Need to stay in it, Beira. Dundao. Gaku to Pedro. Moraes picks it up. Of course he's going to go for it. This time the range is not good. Fingertips of Jeanne Pedro, I think, may have knocked it out.
Well, he's certainly got the hot hand, so I don't think you'll find any dissent from coach or players looking for the veteran Moraes. And here he is, stepping into another one. That's another three-pointer. He's got 3 of 6 from the outside. It's confirmation.
The shot clock, yeah.
Shot clock is set to 14 seconds.
Picks up by Gaku. Oh, look how slick and fast he takes the pass, and it's already in the net.
Because the shooting from the outside is so good, coverage is going to happen, and now inside will naturally open up for Petro de Luanda.
Will Perry. Nicely picked up. Gay tries to get rid of Dundao. He's so good at that, isn't it? Those Cobra fast hands. And he takes the ball and makes it his. Gonsalves picks it up over on that far side. Waits for support. He's got it with Gaku. Into the corner it goes. Dundao waits patiently. Shot clock approaches the 10-second mark. Gaku. Dundao. Goes for a big three this time. Oh, Gaku just coming around the back of Will Perry. Hopefully he's going to be okay.
Well, he absolutely bundled over Perry inside the paint. Perry did a good job of just positioning himself underneath Gaku and giving up quite a bit of size on the inside. There's another look at that execution from the baseline. Gaku cutting into space and finishing as if there's no defense around him.
But it's you know, he makes it look so easy, doesn't he? I think that's what it is. We see Majok come onto the court for his first minutes at the end of the first quarter.
And this is where it gets really interesting. The depth of the Petro bench, they are dynamic. They had 34 bench points in that first win.
I just think about it, we haven't even seen Solo Dubate. Come on, you know, I mean, you know, that just basically tells you where we are. Usher, if we could come over to you, because I know that you were listening into the timeouts, and you know, what's the feel over there on the other side of the court?
Yes, Coach Luis Hernandez was just really worried about the one-on-ones in the paint for Petro, and just telling the players they need to communicate better and make sure they help each other on defense. And so far they've been able to help and execute that, but they're not scoring. CFV-Beira not scoring. They've not scored in the last 3 minutes, and that's really a huge worry because Petro have now established an 11-point lead, and it's not looking good for the Mozambican champions.
Yeah, I think that, you know, again, you have to adjust to the adjustment, don't you, Q?
You have to. And you just see that Sidibe had 5 offensive rebounds in the opening game, so he's going to try and establish his presence in the paint as well.
That's nicely done. The ball does come out. It's a long-range three that doesn't fall, but they get possession back. Mungwambe back to Perry. Mungwambe gets rid of his man, does really well. That is sublime. That is sensational. The way he got rid of Gonçalves and the drive and the beautiful.
He uses the rim for protection as well to get that finessed finish with the right hand.
Chance for Gaku, it's a big shot for Gaku. The Gaku three-pointer doesn't fall. Made safe there by Gay, or has it? That's gone back by Petro, so they'll get possession. Beira.
Yeah, correct call by the refs. The last touch coming off a Petro player, so it does get the backcourt violation. Another look at that beautiful finish there from CFV-Beira. And that nice drive in, Mungwambe. He's so good slashing to the rim.
He is very good. Will Perry. Need to get some points on the scoreboard. Gets the ball out wide. There's the Sidere going in, and it's just not got the length there for Will Perry. Quick transition. Carlos Moraes back to Diabate, getting his first opening seconds of this encounter. Player down and with Ayad Mungwambe. Perry takes it up, Mungwambe. That's nicely done. That is beautifully done. Well, if that would have gone in, that would have been a big three-point score, but it's not the case. But good driving, good vision as well by Sidibe.
Fantastic. What he does is make sure that he gets Majok frozen inside the paint and then gets the pass off with his back turn and then draws the foul on the big defensive player. Just look at that pass into the space, and Sidibe on the back of Majok just could not finish.
And you just got to make the right timed pass when you've got a big man like that in front of you, and that was absolutely spot on.
Ideal outcome. Either you want to get the 2 or you want to go to the free throw line to go and earn the bucket.
Another change, another player coming on, and you can see that it's Damian Hollis, who's the American new recruit, coming on for the last minute as Sidibe tries to find points. He does.
Petro just get bigger when they come, when they bring in some of their bench players, and Hollis added a double-double off the bench in that big win against the City Oilers.
Yeah, the former Pirata Stella Guaira. Shot clock down to 4 seconds. You've got to make a move, you've got to make a move. Diabate goes for the drive, tries to go high off the boards. And once again, a little bit of frustration there coming for Beira because they've just given away another foul with that Diabate drive.
Great read again, Solo Diabate. With the shot clock winding down, he's able to just draw a foul and he'll get a chance to go. Okay, just a half a step too slow, and the body contact called on the foul.
34.4 left in this first quarter.
Petro were outstanding from the free throw line in game one. 91%, 22 of 24 at the charity stripe.
That's impressive, isn't it? You know, think about the accuracy and the preparation. They have come into this competition, into this BAL, extremely fit, extremely well prepared. Playing friendlies as well against the Cape Town Tigers, and really, pushing themselves to the point where the fitness level is right up there.
They just come in just being crowned Angolan champions, and they are fresh from the playoffs, and they look sharp and ready.
I think they did the triple, didn't they? They absolutely, they won everything. Perry, shot clock goes down. And Majok comes looking for the ball. It's been knocked out, no Mamad, and they get possession back. And I think the hesitation, and you wait for the big men to come towards you, a little bit complicated afterwards.
Just credit Petro pressure defense, and they've held CFV-Beira to 11 points in this first quarter, and that's a great outcome defensively.
Will Perry gets a breather. Hilario Malale comes on to replace him. And last play, so at the end of these seconds, it'll be the end of the first quarter. Solo Diabate just comes off his feet, gets the ball out wide. It's a great opportunity for them to try and do something, but the shot clock is down to 0. The end of the quarter is down to 0, and that's the scores here. It's a 10-point lead. Petro and Luanda pushing forward, making adjustments, understanding and reading the game, and it leaves Beira with 11 points. Petro with 21. We'll take a break. Welcome back to the Hassan Mustafa Sports Hall here in Cairo, and I think we can most definitely say that it's been very, very enterprising from Petro and Luanda. One of the players who stood out from the crowd is, of course, Carlos Moraes. Absolutely outstanding. He's already got 12 points. It's the three-point shooting that's been quite extraordinary for the 37-year-old veteran.
Yeah, 8-time Angolan League champion. He knows what it takes to win. Definitely one of the most accomplished players here. And you look what he's already done. 12 points in the last game now. 11 on 40% shooting. He's got 3 assists, 2 steals, and he just continues to grow. He's already outscored his last performance. And if you leave a long-range sniper open, he will punish you. He doesn't need an invitation. And he's just got one of the prettiest shots in the game.
Yeah, and he's shooting from different positions as well. Down that left side, down in the middle. You can see that he's just peppering the basket from all different parts, which makes it really complicated to try and defend him because you just don't know where he's going to go.
Ageless and timeless performance so far from Moraes.
He's immortal. Malale. And a good chance for a big shot, but the shot doesn't fall there for Ayad Mungwambe.
Only the 7th attempt from the three-point line for Ferroviario, and they've hit 2 so far.
Well, they've just given the ball back to Beira. That was Damien Hollis just with a charge foul going against him. Just a little bit of contact, but enough for the officials to pick up on it. Usher, can you give us any feedback from what happened on the sideline? Because Luis Hernandez must be a bit concerned about that first quarter.
Yes, a bit of concern there, but just listening in to Coach Jose Neto, emphasis is on Carlos Moraes. He'll continue as one of the 5 starters from the game earlier to continue in this second quarter. The instructions are very clear for Solo Diabate. He'll lead the ball coming down the court and just literally see if they can find him options to continue to score from the three-point line, Carlos Moraes.
Thanks very much. Let's take a look at this play here. Look at that. Jameer Young's shot goes up. And look at Majok, gets in the way. Was it coming down?
I think from second view, it looks like there was a downward trajectory. Carlos Moraes picks up his second foul. And They do count the bucket.
And they do count the bucket, and you can see that that's the reason why Young went straight up to the charity line and misses that. It's an eight-point difference here.
Kanteko Numamade right there on Buyamba. Pick up the foul.
I was actually impressed with Golofati Boyamba, the former Interclub player who came on. The minutes that he actually played for Petro showed that he most definitely has a role to play in this team.
Yeah, he's got good size and good athleticism. He definitely adds an element when he's on the floor.
And he's playing with some extraordinary players as well, so he'll learn from that. Numamad gets the ball out as Young goes up. He just can't get himself around Majok, and at the other end, it's Diabate time!
Wow, get up off the floor. Solo Diabate flushes it with two hands.
Yeah, just moving really, really high and just making sure that that was going nowhere else apart from inside of the bucket big time.
Beautiful, just 2 foot, 2 hands. Look, Ma.
13-23, back to that 10-point advantage here with Mongwambe. Finds Malale. A little bit of support from Paulombia of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Good opportunity, that should have fallen. That would have been good for Mongwambe, it would have been good for Beira, but they still trail by 10. Look at that for a drive, sensational. And I talked to you about Boyamba. That was a masterclass drive, but I'm afraid that he's hanging on the rim a little bit too long.
Oh, we saw this in season 2 where they got called for just hanging on a bit, but that's a beautiful breakdown. He gets up, and he had a lot of momentum going on, and perhaps a harsh call. You know, he was going full tilt and had no choice but to finish that strong.
And we couldn't even sell it in the biggest and finest way that we'd have liked to as well. I do apologize, Golofate. I'm sure that we'll do it next time. There'll be more of those to come, I am sure. But at the other end, of course, we see Numamad goes up to the free throw line and finds that point. But look at this, it's still it's an 11-point lead still, and it will be possession for Will Perry and his men.
Well, they've got to try and figure out ways to just finish. They've missed a couple of fast break opportunities where they had numbers, and every single opportunity has got to be capitalized on. Confirmation that Buyamba picks up the technical foul for hanging on the rim.
Numamad goes, oh, look at that. That's a sensational swat there from Majok, but he's in trouble, because there is a foul that's been committed. And look at the way that he moves into position. There's touch there, that's all it was. The right hand, I think, was enough for them to pick up on. I think, Hugh, am I correct in saying that?
They called the foul on Hollis on the opposite end.
Yep.
And again, you still understand how difficult it is to score on that man, Majok. Anything inside the area, you got to get him in the air. Numamad has been the solo offensive threat for Ferroviario de Beira. 7 points before that free throw. Make it 8. Oh, 9.
9 now. Hollis down into the corner. Diabate back out. Gonsalves this time. Contact from Gay, and that'll be very frustrating for him. Foul number 2 for the Senegalese player.
They've got to do a better job of controlling the boards. They are giving up wide open threes, but rebounding is still a factor for Ferroviario.
Hollis down into the corner. Gets the ball again. Look at that lovely drive. That was sensational. You know, very, very, like poetry, emotional, slow down.
A missed rotation on the zone, and you find Hollis wide open inside the paint.
Well, he's always going to take advantage of that kind of an opportunity. He gets a little bit lucky there, getting the ball back, Will Perry, as Young gets it in his hands. Off. And it's a little slip, and it's a traveling call going against Young.
That's 8 turnovers now for Ferroviario. Got to control, or find ways to control possession.
Gonsalves goes home alone. Perry picks it up. Nice pass to Gay. Oh, is a traveling call against Gay. You know, he That's two mistakes in quick succession from Gay, and that must be getting inside of his head. We'll have to see, maybe there'll be a reaction from Hernandez. Just give him a breather.
It will be looked at as if they could have scored on each possession, so potentially should have been back within 7.
Diabate, the Ivorian, winner with Zamalek, winner with US Monastir. Puts it up high. Contact on Majok, I believe. Let's take a look at this. I want to see the replay from that, Q.
Well, I think Sidibe is going to get called. Well, Will Perry gets called a call.
Yeah, for some reason, Majok couldn't fulfill his flight path.
He got knocked on the ground.
Gonçalves picks up by Diabate. Diabate, Hollis again. That's nicely done. Good, strong hands there to make sure that the bullet pass was safe.
Nice patience. They're taking time to break down this 2-3 zone and doing a very good job on the offensive end.
The 13 lead. Gay needs to get the bucket. Does get a great three-pointer there. Finally.
High arcing shot from Gay, and he connects from the three-point line.
Diabate puts it up for Majok. Majok can't, no alley-oop for Majok. And it gets swatted away, and Gay gets the last touch. Otherwise, Hollis would have been racing in to take that pass, but still.
Ideally, Majok would want to finish that in the air. The fact that he put the ball down allowed the defense a chance to recover, and they are looking for that option.
He comes storming through. Majok, Majok.
He's a real menace inside the paint, Adrian Majok. It's just his length and size. They have no matchup. Sidibe is struggling, and caught on Majok's back. He picks up a foul.
Foul number 2 for Sidibe as well.
Fourth team foul for Ferroviario.
Yeah. Both teams on 4. Majok coming into the game, just I mean, he's so versatile. He's kind of like a chameleon, isn't he, Majok? Wherever he goes, he's okay. You know, he's got that ability to just morph himself into the system that actually works, and he plays with great teams as well, so it's always pretty smooth transition.
You'd expect him to be a walking double-double. He gives you a little bit of scoring on the inside, controls the rebound, but what he's known for is his defense and his shot blocking and paint protection.
He's isolated out there, gets the pass to Sidibe. Majok is in his way. Sidibe, nicely done. Good patience again, Q.
Smart attack, goes right at the chest of Majok, and he gets the finish.
Picked up by Gonçalves. Hollis comes in. Hollis, oh, that is lovely. And it's incredible because he bumps off Sidibe, still manages to stay in the air and gets his shot in.
Hollis is really patient. He's doing a great job of punishing the zone.
And that should be 2 points for Beira because it was a protection of the ring, wasn't it?
Offensive interference is the call, and so it will be 2 points to the Beira total. They're staying in this. They're at least getting conversions each time down with each possession.
Which wasn't the case at the end of the first quarter, so this is an improvement because they've understood what they've got to do. But they've got to protect the paint in a big way because Hollis and Majok are being very, very dangerous in all sorts of positions, as you can see.
Hollis had the mismatch with Perry on him and just had to pick his poison, went to the turnaround jumper, nothing but net.
Hey, 6 minutes and he's already scored 8 points, doing really well. Also picked up a couple of fouls. There's Sidibe trying to find his mid-range 2. The mid-range 2 doesn't go. Diabate. Hollis outside if he needs it. Will Perry just stops him from finding a little path through the gates. He goes again. Great acceleration from the veteran. Oh, it's just gone over the top. And that is going to go out. Beira will get possession.
Diabate and Majok keep trying to look for each other. It's like a Monastir connection, but they don't find it there, and there's a turnover.
23-35, Luanda, Petro Luanda of Angola just leading by 12. Beira looking to come back, take a break, and we'll be back. Yeah, welcome back to Cairo. This man here, 8 points, 4 from 4 field goals, 4 rebounds. Damian Hollis, he was a double-double in the opening encounter. He's only been on for, what, 6 minutes? And this is what he's been doing, Q.
Just finding space inside the zone. There is no defense on him. And when he does get mismatches inside the paint, he's been able to take advantage of it. And that's just showing you poise and patience on the offensive end.
We've been shown a real top-quality holoscope today, haven't we?
That's fantastic.
Here we go then with Gonçalves trying to pick out Majok. They managed to get possession. This is the perfect way to get back into it. Will Perry with a three-pointer, and that is sensational. High, over the top, dry in, 26-35.
First field goal for Will Perry out in transition. Great find from Nemamade, and nothing but net for Perry.
He knew exactly what he was going to do the moment that he took the pass. This is Majok trying to hook it over the top. Hollis doesn't get it, but it has been made safe by Gonçalves. Diabate, shot clock down to 9. Around the outside, tries to get rid of Will Perry, goes up for the, well, pass out wide. Hollis made safe. Good opportunity. This is for Beira to try and reel in Petro de Luanda.
First miss for Hollis.
First miss for Hollis, and they kind of got their mojo back a little bit. Perry around the outside, takes the pass, nice dribbling, good slick work. Young! Oh, that's delightful. Excellent understanding. The synergy between Young and Perry makes it work.
Great playmaking and able to get baseline, look for options, and found an option in Young.
Hollis with a rebound. And that is a strong statement there as well.
Second player into double digits for this Petro team. Hollis now with 10 points.
Well, it's just he's battling to try and get possession back, but it's been picked up. It's in! Of course it's in, and it's a big one from Buyamba.
Well, this time he doesn't hang, he just throws it down with one hand out on the fast break.
Usher, what's going on? Are you just left with, like, sort of, you know, wide eyes and sort of, you know, mouth agape?
Absolutely, end-to-end stuff here. And just real quick to highlight what Coach Luis Hernandez was worried about. He feels that Hollis was getting so much space in that defense. They've been able to take care of him in that paint, Sidibe and Maktagaye, but they have a long afternoon. He's been so much of a problem for them, and that's been really very key for Petro de Luanda to have him come off the bench and perform the way that he is.
Will Perry with that pass, one of the best passes we've seen in this BAL so far.
Oh, that was fantastic. Just a great find, great awareness from the point guard.
Oh, that's great play as well from Young. Look at that, bites his time, races in. It's going down in a big way.
Nice work from Young. He struggled with his finishing in the first quarter. He seems to have found some confidence around the rim.
Majok for a big two. And they get possession back. So Beira, they've started to hustle in a big way, Q.
Yeah, some signs of life and some signs of fight back here. They are now finding seams against this sturdy and this tough and tenacious Petro defense.
Now Maktagaye played for the Blazers in Alabama. He's coming back onto the court, and they'll get possession back. I think there was a foot on the line. Oh, was there a foul? I think there might have been contact, in fact, from Gonçalves on Perry.
I think they called a kickball violation. And just about Gay, he also played for Senegal in the World Cup, and he'll like to lean on some of that experience here, especially against this very, very tough and sturdy Petro defense.
Young. Doesn't get his first opportunity, but he does get his second. That's a big, big war cry from Najail Young.
8 points for Young. When they make that 10, he's the first Ferroviario player into double digits, and they are back within 2 possessions.
Jundao comes back on. Hollis is here. Hollis trying to find the scope. There it is. Coming off the boards. Made safe. Has it been made safe? Yes, it has. Young keeps it. Gay goes around the outside. It's a massive dunk, but it's not going to go, I'm afraid, because there's a violation, and it's going to be Petro who get possession. He's left a little bit deflated on the ground because, well, that would have probably made the highlight package.
It probably would have made the highlight package. Again, a look at the finish from Young, just strong and sturdy, finishing with the left hand. But Gay, we saw it right here happen in front of us, got on his bike and traveled a little bit, and the unforced turnover, unfortunately.
we all like to travel, but I mean, you know, I'm afraid on the court you do pay the price, and that would have been something quite sensational. Jose Neto calling a timeout.
Yeah, I think just needed at this point, because Ferroviario is starting to gain some confidence, and the adjustments made by Coach Luis Hernandez on the other side are paying dividends. We're seeing some confidence from Young, who's picked up 10 points. I think it all started with Perry. He's the engine of the team, so he makes that three, finds Young on the baseline, makes the pass, and the offense starts flowing for Ferroviario de Beira.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he's basically the very much the engine in the train that gets it going. 10 points for Young, the 3 rebounds there, and just showing us what he's capable of doing. He's come to life. The sparks are there now for Beira. They need to keep those sparks flying.
Everything inside the paint for Young. He just, that one off the feed from Perry, but it's right, it's left hand, and it's all close range inside against the trees of Petro de Luanda.
Dense, tall, strong, sturdy trees. Dundao taking the ball up court, faces Perry. Big battle here between these two guys. It's wonderful to watch. Gonçalves, Angolan basketball. And a big three-point shot. It's massive there from Gonçalves. He goes up to 6 points.
Get it right up from the perimeter, just a little bit for Petro. Gonçalves trying to reopen some of those options from the exterior.
Well, there's Sidibe who goes down, and it is Dundao who knocks him down. He'll pick up the foul, I think, Dundao. That's second personal.
Trying to run through the screen set by Sidibe. And just another look at the breakdown. Pull back and knock down 3 from Lukeni.
You know, he could have just sat down in his, like, favorite seat as well and just, like, lifted that high up into the air. Beautifully done. The trigonometry was just so sublime.
I have something for you. We'll chat about it a little bit. Sidibe, nonetheless.
You can't do that, Q. What are you doing? Just, oh yeah. Oh, and I got something to tell you, but I'll tell you a bit later. Yeah, thanks, Q. Sidibe to the free throw line.
Petro de Luanda in the penalty.
Into the last minute, that all happened very, very quickly, of course. And Sidibe showing us what he's capable of doing. That's a good score. He's up to 5 points. They want to just stop Petro from scoring from this. Beira going into the final seconds, of course. But they won't stop this man. Gonçalves knocks down a beautiful 3, then produces that layup there and draws the foul.
You alluded to the importance of this final minute, and this is a big score and a big possession. If they had been able to get a stop, they go back within 2. Now separation comes, and it's almost going to go up 2 more possessions on the score from the free throw line.
Yeah, the problem is that Sidibe picks up his 3rd foul, as you can see there on the screen, and that is a concern because he really is, you know, one of the most important players on the court.
Yeah, his presence in the paint is definitely needed, and now they've got to go to young elevate player Mbia, who's come in, and he's a big boy, but he's going to have to battle hard on the interior.
He's from the DRC. They've got the natural-born fighters, so wonderful athletes capable of making inroads. Mbia unable to take the pass, and he knew that that was the right pass. He just wasn't ready for it. It's okay.
Absolutely the right pass. It just doesn't go to hand. You would have wanted to catch that. It was the dunk had he caught it, but now it's gone out of bounds. They still have possession, though.
Yeah, there was a fingertip. Perry needs to go up, gets the ball out. Opportunity knocks here. It's a long-range shot. It's been picked up. Look at that. That is brilliant. The rebound there from Young. And with 24 seconds remaining, it's 11 points. And I think, is that Hernandez, I think, who's called the timeout there?
I think it's Coach Neto,
yeah,
trying to get an execution with the final 24.1 seconds. There's only 0.1 differential between shot clock and game clock. They'll go deep into the shot clock. They might want to just get a 3, but they're going to try and secure and make sure they get a score on this possession.
Yeah, trying to set something up.
Well, really great work from Young. We got to see him on the other side, just with his hustle points, is now a tied top scorer alongside Carlos Moraes in the game, and it's all been in the second quarter. Just the work around, in and around the paint, and using his size and his dexterity with both hands has been a marvel to watch. Petro have been just a little bit different. They've been forced to just adapt to this 2-3 zone that CFV-Beira have thrown at them. They've done a pretty good job because Holland's picked up 10 points as well, but it's all about adjustments.
Sidibe, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 3 from the floor, free throw, but the fact that he's got 3 fouls puts him in a really difficult position, especially for Coach Hernandez, who knows that he needs to lean on him, and he needs him out there fighting against the trees of Angola.
Important possession. Keep it under 9, and it's still a psychological number.
Dundao tries to get past Malele. Here he is, shot clock going down. Where's this going to go? What's the call? Johnny Petro calling to Hollis. Gonsalves is outside. Will he go for a 3-pointer? Well, Dundao, they can all shoot. It goes high up, and that is going to be a foul on Dundao, so they go to the free throw line.
I'm sure not the ideal outcome for Coach Jose Neto. That's Ferroviario going into the penalty. They pick up their 5th team foul. And there's still 6 seconds left, so an opportunity on the other side of this for Ferroviario to possibly get a score. Dundao holds the current BAL record for steals in the game. He had
22, wasn't it?
7 steals.
7 steals, but when did I see 22 as a number?
I think that might
be your age, isn't it?
That might be the world record.
Is that your age?
You're right.
The world record, yeah.
But he had 7 steals against Cobra Sport, and that's the current Basketball Africa League record. Timeout call.
Again, 6 seconds remaining, 36-47. Game of chess at the end of this first half. With this time, you can see that Hernandez saying, right, what are we going to do this time?
Yeah, they want, as I mentioned, it's important that they try to get it back under 10. So it doesn't matter if they get the score on the inside or a perimeter shot that's wide open. They want a conversion with the final 6 seconds. 6 seconds, enough time to get a quality shot. And now it's all about setting up the chess pieces to make it work.
I think we're going to... what do you make of these strategic plays, Usher? Well, we'll get back to Usher in a minute, I think. She'll react to us. 36-47. And a play to finish off the half.
Well, there's always passion when Angola and any Angolan team travels, and you know they come with their traveling contingent, and the game is loved and adored, and rightfully so, because this is one of the most successful clubs on the continent in terms of Petro de Luanda.
Possession in the hands of Perry. 6 seconds to try and produce some magic. They move quickly. Gay. Back to Perry. Nice pass to Young. Young. Oh, it's a beautiful bucket. It's a buzzer beater at the end of the half, and sensational stuff. That is ideal. 39-47. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. Threes for trees. Call it what you like. Young.
Fantastic work, and that's the best execution they could have gotten out of that press. Young wide open. He caps off a great first half performance. 15 points for Young, and more importantly, he gets Ferroviario just a little bit closer.
39-47, an 8-point game. We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be back in a few moments. Game on. The long-awaited start to the third quarter here for this Season 3 Nile Conference showdown, as Beira of Mozambique lock horns with Angola's Petro de Luanda. A battle between two nations who know each other extremely well down in sub-Sahara, down in southern Africa. It's going to be a very interesting start to this third quarter, so please, wherever you are around the world, in every little corner of the globe, sit back, get ready, because plate tectonics are about to smash into each other. There's a lot at stake here, Q, and we're very excited to guide you through.
It looks like it could be a 9 or 10 on the Richter scale far as that's concerned. We are going to see some fireworks on the court for sure, and hopefully both these teams come out fit and ready, because there's a lot at stake. And you know, every single game in the BAL matters. A win is not easy to come by.
Usher, I'm going to come over to you because I know that we've had a few minutes. You've been looking around, picking up details and information. What have you picked up before we tip off, before we get the third quarter going again?
Yeah, incredible to just listening to Coach Luis Hernandez. He's just telling the players they need to keep within reasonable distance of Petro de Luanda. They know that they're coming up against a very tough side, and also for Petro de Luanda, they know it's not going to be easy. The two countries, they have brotherly relations in all matters of basketball, of sports, and really also of politics. But here on the court, as they go into this third quarter, all of that will not matter as each of the teams look for that victory.
Asha Komagisha, thank you so much. Frosty environment potentially, who knows, we'll see. Let's see how things develop here. Beira in possession with Perry taking the ball down and trying to wriggle himself away and out of the... Oh, that's a beautiful start, isn't it? And there's Gay already making his mark with 2 points. It's a 6-point game.
Well, nice to see him inside the paint trying to work. He's got great athleticism, and that's a nice touch, a nice first touch to start out this third quarter.
Yeah, I'll be happy with that as well. He hasn't scored for quite a while. Gay, 7 points on the board. Is Johnny Pedro out wide. Gonçalves goes inside, back out to Dundao, and a chance for Gaku! Gaku shooting beautifully from down in the corner.
Again, great team offense. It's the extra pass to find a wide open shooter, and Gaku continues his hot streak on the offensive end.
Young, Gay, Numamad, and the frustration of giving a ball away just when you start to increase the tempo, and they're the kind of moments that deflate your morale.
Unnecessary turnovers, they can deflate morale, but now they've got to work hard on the defensive end once again.
Dundao, Gaku, Johnny Pedro's on court as well, as you can see, takes the ball. Sidibe marshalling, monitoring, surveying the man. Gaku wriggles around, tries to get rid of Young. He's not making too much room, and he doesn't manage to find his range there. Good defensive play from Jael Young.
Great defensive position for Ferroviario.
Needed that in a big way. Gay cuts inside, goes around. Moraes, that is delightful. Off the boards and in. Stunning.
You called it an off time, and here he is. Second touch, second score, Mokhtar Gay.
43-50, Senegal to the 4, and Young just well, it's Gay who's been picked out for a foul there. I think just a defensive move that saw him get picked up on the radar.
Najil Young, the one who got called for that one, Robbie.
Thank you. Thank you, Q. Gonçalves, Dundao into the corner. Moraes, surely he's gonna... Boy, this time it goes behind the board. That's out of bounds, that is.
Second great defensive possession. Looked like Gay just got a little hand on to deflect it. And a little bit of frustration on the base of Coach Neto as they get two possessions where defense has been great from Beira.
I'm going to keep an eye on Ashe, because you'll probably sort of, you know, spot something happening over there. An early timeout from Coach Neto is fully possible, believe you me.
Yes, I see you, Robbie, but just incredible performance there from Mokhtar Gay, who is commonly known as the Lion Killer. He's killing it so far in this third quarter. Let's see if he can be consistent for the rest of the game.
Can I possibly say a Simba killer?
Yes.
There you go.
Lion Killer, Simba Killer.
Now, is that... I'm just trying to see who's committed the foul. Was it Gay? I'm not too sure.
I think it's Sidibe is picking up his fourth foul. There's a little bit of niggle happening inside the paint between Pedro and Sidibe.
Not good news for Coach Hernandez. Sidibe on 4. Gonçalves. And Young this time picks up the foul, just shifting his body into the path of Gonçalves when he was just trying to sneak around the outside. They'll get possession back. And Young is on what? 2 fouls, I believe.
Third team foul for Beira.
Oh, brilliant stuff. Johnny Petro makes sure that that is being dunked big time. Hardly got himself off the ground.
Another assisted bucket. Nice pass into Petro. When he's that close by, he knows what to do with it.
Yeah, and all of that, the loss of possession on a couple of occasions here has not favoured Beira. Ball comes out, Numamad, big three-pointer. Doesn't fall, and it's been made safe by Gonçalves. Takes it up court, transition, sees a bit of space, gets it out wide. Dundao for 3!
Great transition bucket. Again, that comes from the rebound. Lukeni speeds the ball up the floor and finds Dundao wide open in the corner.
The flight of the Valkyra, that was just a brilliant, brilliant shot from Dundao, who's back in business and pushing himself with more points, of course, scoring. He's now up to 8 points.
Petro will continue to hurt any team that leaves them open from the outside. That is another long-range bucket that goes in. Another look at Lopez, who gets up and in for the 2. And it's their 8th three-pointer for Petro de Luanda.
It's impressive, isn't it? We know, you know, if we had a... It looks like Gaku's committed the foul there down in the corner, and he's got his hands up in the air, and he's... just a little bit of contact, I think.
Usually players just trying to understand the referee's interpretation of the contact that occurred, and Gaku stating his case. Second team foul.
Need to get themselves back in this. They need to get some points. Sidibe. Here is Numamad. He likes to go for a big 3 points. He floats a 2-pointer over the top. That is just, oh, it's beautiful when you see that.
Oh, lovely take, and created his own space and used just a little deft touch to finish inside the paint.
João Pedro, Moraes, back to Petro. He's going to go himself. No, Moraes, 3 points from downtown. It's a big bucket again. Moraes up to 15.
His laser sights locked in right now, Carlos Moraes. He can't miss from long range. 15 points for Moraes.
Will Perry waits for support. Needs some options. Doesn't have too many options. Gets the ball back out. Shot clock down to 4. Gay needs to go for it. Does go up, and that shot doesn't fall. He gets another chance. Dundao picks it up. Look how quick he is. Oh, loss of possession. Still in with a chance. He does it so well. He is such a sneaky ambassador for Angolan basketball.
He is fantastic when he's on the floor.
Gonçalves out wide. Shot clock down to 5. Shot comes back out. Perry. There's a chance for Gay. Oh, it just doesn't go, but there's a foul on Gay. Gay goes down, and Gaku seems to be okay, which is great news. Gay back up on his feet. That's all that matters for me.
Bodies flying everywhere on that, and the pass from Perry was really well considered. He saw the height mismatch, put it up over the head of Dundao, and there's the contact, and Gaku just comes in hard, and momentum carrying him, and just bumps into Gay, but everybody's okay. All players are up, and free throw time it will be.
We're just getting understanding if there are going to be any changes. Will Perry's going to stay on for the one. Malale's there, over there, and Numamad as well. Sidibe still on court. 5:18 left in the third. We talked about the acceleration of Jose Neto and the adjustments that he's made. He hasn't really made too many adjustments. He's just said, let's be meticulous, let's not make mistakes, and let's try and defend the basket.
Yeah, they've got a couple of extra shots because of their work in transition. Both these teams are actually trying to capitalize on fast break points. They're trying to get down the floor before the defense sets up. And it's been fascinating to watch them because they speed up, looking actively for those transition buckets.
A lot of big conversation taking place with Ismail Numamad and Coach Hernandez on how he needs to deal it, because he's his top player at the moment, you know, with Young, of course. What can he bring to this game? Perry goes off.
Really interesting what's happening on the floor now. Perry and Young go off, and Malale and Mungawambe come in. So going with a different look backcourt, and this might be a defensive move from Coach Luis Hernandez.
I mean, you know, you've got to do something. And there's contact on Moraes. Nomad putting a little bit of pressure on Moraes, so I think that's probably the call that he made. Don't give him any space out wide. Don't give him any space.
You shouldn't. He is the hot hand, and right now he can't miss from anywhere. So sending him to the free throw line, not really a great option either. He's a fantastic free throw shooter.
But at the same time, you've got to get in his face.
Got to contest.
Shoots with his eyes closed most of the time, doesn't he?
Well, it certainly looks like it.
16 points, 5 from 9, 1 from 1, now 2 from 2. You know, it doesn't take long, and then in fact, you close your eyes for a couple of moments, and then you open them again and look at the scoreboard, and Petro, you know, just they're steaming ahead. That's what they do.
Yeah, they are fantastic at just turning on their offense when it's needed, and especially from long range.
Steele picks up Moraes, surely not. Oh, this time he actually makes a mistake, but Gaku doesn't. The rebound, the offensive rebound, perfect.
Fantastic work once again. The lead now up to 18, largest of the game.
Plan B comes into function. Gay for a big three-pointer. That's a great shot there. Down it goes, boom.
Positive signs for Ferroviario, because Gay is finding his way on the offensive end.
15 points, you've got to just bring that down in a big way. And Chalvis, oh, that was just beautiful. Stunning, stunning range, trajectory, flight path, and all the rest.
Well, they certainly are putting on a clinic there. This is three-point shooting 101.
Into the corner. Nomad doesn't manage to sink that. So needs to get back in a position. They're giving him lots of time and space. Gaku steps back. It's a three-point shot. And there's a push. And Johnny Petro with a little smile on his face because he's going, you saw that?
Yeah, he's just really happy because he had position, and when this big frame got in front of Mungoabe, the referee right there to make the call, and it's a timeout.
Yeah, that was it. And I'm just thinking, who made that foul? It's not Sidibe, I hope, because that's 5 for him. If that's the case, it is. We're going to take a break, 48-66. Back with more information about that in a moment. Petro in the lead. Welcome back to Cairo. It's an 18-point advantage. Petro and Luanda, the giants of Angola, who have just, they're coming out into this BAL off the back of the treble. Runners-up last season, semi-finalists the season before. And that's Moraes who picks up his 3rd foul.
Coming up just a little bit close to Mungoabe, allowing him to almost drive by. Had to stretch his arm out and draws the foul.
Usher, we're coming over to you. Any news from the side, the other side of the court?
Yes, I can see that the 5 players of Petro de Luanda literally just doing exactly what the coach asked. It is a full court press for them on defense, but on the other side of the court is saying drive that ball into the paint. And obviously Beira have 14 fouls so far, 1 more and they are in the red. So let's see if that can come to pass in these remaining 3 minutes, 44 seconds.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Thank you so much, Usher. Up to 50 points, half century if they can knock this down. And it goes down for Mungoabe. Now they need to be prepared to take on the mighty Petro Luanda. A pivotal final 3 minutes 40. Can't let the Angolans get away. The pass and the attempt, it's a steal, and that's nicely done. An opportunity here. Going up, oh, okay. Look at what Hollis did there. Another opportunity. The ball goes out of the hands of that man, Luis de Barros. They give possession away.
Excellent defense and perfect timing on the block shot. De Barros goes up and Hollis says, you are not coming in here at all.
Look at that. That is storming in just to make sure that that was not going anywhere. Brilliant stuff there from Hollis. Remember what he was doing in the first game, playing exceptional. Long-range shot doesn't fall for Gonçalves. They pick possession up once again. An opportunity. It's been put up. No, it hasn't. He's going to go himself. That is neatly done. Neatly done by Malale. Waited patiently for his time. Bided his time.
Went right at the chest of the defender again. Great fundamentals. Superb finish.
Textbook basketball play. Diabate, Moraes. Touch. But Gonçalves keeps hold of it. And De Barros with a foul, and he's going to go to the free throw line.
Well, just finding ways of extracting fouls, this Petro offense now, because they're a little bit late on the recovery. Lucani gets right into space, and again, the defense and the rotation may be just a little bit slow. And another look at that finish from Malale, right into the chest of the defender for the fantastic finish.
Knocks down the first.
Still perfect from the line. Petro de Luanda there missed from the free throw line. 11 for 11.
You can see Jose Neto, he can understand that this is his game to lose, basically. You know, the way that he manages to just keep control. And I think that the team that rattled Petro in the first quarter and get that advantage will make life complicated for Petro, because they don't like to not sit in the throne, do they, Hugh?
Yeah, if you go down 10 points against former finalists, it's still always going to be a hard fight.
Oh, trying to steer that in and drive it in. That's Paul Mbia.
Wow, he got up off the ground. That was impressive athleticism from the NBA elevating Mbia.
It's a big guy, isn't he?
Sure is. He's listed at 6'11", a 17-year-old out of the DRC.
Kinshasa born, there he is, going up big time. Straight to the free throw line. Was contact, of course.
And with City Bay in foul trouble, a chance here for Mbia to maybe earn himself some minutes for the rest of this competition. It's moments like this that you as a player can take advantage of such situations.
He didn't manage to score points last season in the season 2. He's getting his first points of the BAL this season. Didn't manage to get off the bench.
So he's got his first point in the BAL-Africa League.
Oh, what a great moment that is. Congratulations. Look at the passing, Majok. Oh, that's just good play. They've stopped him from getting away. They're surrounding him, shot clock down to 2 seconds, but still they find a way. Soaring high up into the sky, Bastos is the man with a big 3.
Oh, what a fantastically big make from Bastos. The shot clock winding down under duress, and he makes a big shot.
Unflappable. The wings are flapping. Beautiful score. Barros takes to the limelight.
Technical foul.
Hence the reason we're at the other end.
That's why we are at the other end.
2:09 left in this third quarter. Points are very important now for Beira. They need to get themselves into this. And 17 points, chop it down to, 12, something like that. You can see the light going into the final fourth quarter, and that's what they've got to do. They've got to be smart about this now, but being smart is basically being disciplined with stealing the ball, right?
Well, Petro are shooting the ball amazingly well. They are 60% on the interior. They shoot 40% from the outside. 11 threes made so far.
Oh, just dribbling out under a lot of pressure here. Finally picked up by the experienced Diabate. He'll just make that safe. Under a little bit of pressure there from De Barros. Puemba is just out wide. And look, slowing it down, using that intelligence, that experience. Bastos down into Hollis, and another foul that's been committed. I think it's, is that from Malale?
It'll be Mbia.
Sorry.
And picking up his foul. The Hollis just getting by him on the baseline. Another foul call, and they've been perfect from the free throw line so far. 12 for 12 as a team, and that just sums up what we've seen in terms of offensive execution and just great shooting night for Petro de Luanda.
Hollis doing the business. Coach Neto just constantly talking, communicating with his players. He's talking with Atta Majok. Just a few meters away from you, Asha.
Yeah, absolutely. Just listening into the conversation. Yes, every time he has the ball, he draws so much from the defensive players, and he can just easily dish that ball to an open net that is free, and they can score.
Yeah, it sounds so easy, right?
Yes, simple basketball, nothing complicated.
A wild pass that just goes out of bounds, picked up, and another opportunity for Petro de Luanda to just go even further, deeper.
Forced 18 turnovers from Ferroviario so far.
This is Hollis trying to find some of his space, and they get possession back. So Diabate just throwing the ball away, and which didn't go down well with the officials. A little bit of frustration there. Nicest guy in the world, don't get me wrong, but maybe it'll be interpreted in a different way.
It can be interpreted as dissent, and so the two players, Dabaros and Solo Diabate, nice little moment. They acknowledge the infringement, and they'll keep it moving. Well, the play is going to be reviewed. It's triggered the review system, and referees will decide on the outcome from this.
Yeah, whether it be a technical or not. I mean, the fact is that if it was done with intent, premeditated, thrown into his legs, then obviously that will really go against Diabate, and he'll be in a bit of trouble there. If he was just tossing the ball away and it just so happened to hit the legs, then that's a different scenario altogether.
So a replay, they will look at it on video and then make a determination from there.
But this is great because it just shows you how stringent the officials are here at the BAL. Asha, over to you.
Yes, there's been a decision to call a technical foul on both Debaris and Diabate.
Okay, so maybe the reaction from Debaris was not a positive one. So thank you, Asha.
We just wait for official notification as they continue to confer.
.74-73. It will be Beira who pick up possession. 1:17 left. Just have a look at this again. Look, that was the drive in there, and that was the passing of the ball directly into the back of Luis de Barros. The initial foul was from Hilario Malali. Or the initial foul, the contact, of course.
But I guess the interpretation is how you see what the Barros did. And, he looked like he was just trying to knock the ball up and taking exception to that. Maybe there was something said that we couldn't pick up.
I think that might have been it, because, the moment that you get a reaction, because normally Solo Diabate wouldn't have reacted like that.
Yeah, I don't think that within the visuals that we see and within the flow of play, it doesn't quite align.
Asha, what's the latest?
Yes, so because there's a technical foul on two players from either side, they offset each other. So no shooting.
Just cancel each other out, basically. 54-73. Thank you, Asha. And now we can get back to the action normally. And it will be Luis de Barros who will have the possession. And here we get back to business. Malali. Here we go then, Q. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. 1:12 remaining.
Finally back on court.
Malali out wide, picked up by De Barros. Waits. Shot clock down to 8. High shot going over. Oh, that's a great shot, wasn't it? 2 points though, not 3. Still, I mean, you'll take whatever you can at this point.
Well, you see, moments like that can either, you know, what they can do is spark a player. De Barros hasn't seen much time on the floor for Beira, and it just gets the shot to fall around the screen, but he called for the offense. He was looking for the isolation.
Smart maneuver, but just cracked inside of the arc, hence the 2. Here's Hollis out wide. Diabate drops it into Majok. He's been surrounded by defenders. The shot goes over the top and out, or not.
That is excellent hustle from Buyamba.
But he goes for everything, and I do value his presence when he comes on, because he's coming off the bench, but the hustle, the hassle, the graft that he puts in, top notch.
It's hard to call him a glue guy, or, you know, to figure out what his role is, but he just seems to fit different molds at different times.
It is true. Majok made safe by Mbia.
And that's the first miss from the free throw line for Petro de Luanda as a team. They're now 14 and 15.
Now we got 14 on the shot clock, 24 left to play. Got to get points from this now. 56-74. Malali, he loses possession in the thicket. It's going to Buyamba. That's the way to do it.
He just accelerates ahead of everyone. Another turnover.
And a turnover, and they pick the ball up. Maggio goes up and just does what he does best. Thought it was going to be a thunderous, big-time score, but 2 points is better than nothing. 56-78. And they have really pushed forward, haven't they?
Look at that acceleration from Buyamba, just ahead of everyone, and then Majok finesses on the baseline for a quick 2, and that's 4 points in the matter of 20-odd seconds, and a great closeout for the third quarter for the Angolan champions.
56-78, time for a break. We'll be back for the fourth quarter. Yeah, welcome back to Cairo. We're here for the final quarter, the fourth quarter. Beira lost their opening clash to Ahly, the opening battle. They are currently trailing 56-78. The game summary here, Q.
Yeah, 78 points, the most important one, but 51% from the field, and that's on 11 made threes on 28 shots, and that's been a very big difference in terms of what we've seen from execution. In terms of execution from the perimeter, Petro de Luanda are one of the best three-point shooting teams in this competition, and they've definitely demonstrated that in the first 3 quarters.
Yeah, there's players who just lay down a marker. Massive Buyamba comes in from the cold.
Wow, he is just so athletic, Buyamba. He gets up above the rim, and again, they call the technical foul for hanging. They're reining in on his parade right now, and you know, as a basketball fan, you just want to see the high-flying antics. The refs don't really like the hanging on the rim, but he was up above the rim. He's got to control his momentum.
The hands, it's a hands in the heads moment, of course, for everybody supporting Petro de Luanda. Even Coach Nato, he's got his arms up in the air. Come on, guys. Come on. The fact is that, you know, rules are rules. Got to respect them.
Got to respect them.
That's just the way it is. He's done it before. We picked up on it big time last season. We saw lots of players do it in season 2, and, you know, it was... We're just staying consistent, Q.
Well, it's his second technical foul, so that will see him have to take a seat. He won't be able to come back in this one, and that's even more disappointing for him.
Very frustrating indeed. And that gives the chance for a young player to come on. Sefodin Hendawi of Egypt, of course, BAL Elevate player.
Right. Interesting young prospect is Hendawi. Nice play and take from Nemamadi.
Beautiful. Just you know, sometimes when you've got to reach for the sky, you've got to go high above the sky, because underneath there are trees that are very, very tall.
He is a great offensive player when he's locked in, is Nemamadi.
Hollis to Majok, goes up, tries to find his way. Majok time, Majok time.
That is great length and great footwork and a fantastic finish from Magic Majok.
Will Perry finally comes up. We haven't seen him for quite a while, have we? And it comes off the boards. That's another fine score indeed. Stunning scoring from Numamad. Now he's up to 15.
He's finding his areas and he's been able to manipulate and score. 2 quick back-to-back buckets.
Majok tries to drop it into the paint, picked up by Hollis out wide, and there's a chance for Solo Diaz. Sorry, I do apologize. It's Pedro Bastos, of course, just down in the corner, picks up the foul.
He'll be shooting 3 again, Bastos. Again, the extra pass, Nemamade, slightest of touches on the shooter, but it is an infringement nonetheless.
And you're going for a big shot down, far out wide. Of course, that's what's going to happen. And that was the moment that we saw that Majok moment.
Bastos gave us a moment of his own with that long 3-point make, and here he is back at the free throw line for Petro de Luanda. They have been amazing, and really a study of how you should execute as a team at the charity stripe. They've only missed 1 from the free throw line. The 16 of 17 and make that 17 of 18.
There you go. What percentage out of 100 is that, Q?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Here he is, Perry. Up against Hendawi, tries to hustle. Young goes around. Young with a beautiful layup. Hey, the fact is that we haven't seen too much of him in the third quarter, have we? Same for Will Perry.
It was quite interesting, that move, and now that they're starting out in the 4th quarter, maybe just a 4th quarter push to try and get inroads into this lead.
Yeah, maybe it was, well, I mean, it's definitely tactical, you know. Bring your starting 5 into the final quarter and go hard for the final 10 minutes because you know you have to. Well, the other players, well, maybe showing signs of fatigue. Someone who isn't showing signs of fatigue is Usher. She's never tired. Usher, where have you been? What have you got for us?
Well, just looking at Hendawi trying to be comfortable on the court. 2-time African youth champion with Egypt at under 16 and under 18 levels. He's excited to be playing for Petro de Luanda here in Cairo, and he said he's been away from home for 8 months, so just feels so good to play in front of his friends, his family, and just playing with the finalists from last year.
And whatever he does, we'll make sure that everybody knows about it. Here he is, Hendawi to Hollis. Hollis in the paint, step back, shot. It doesn't fall. Perry picks it up. This is a good moment for them to try and accelerate. Points are very important now. Gay out to Perry. Perry goes in through the middle, tries to get past Inouye, and there's Numamad with it. Oh, it just rattles the metal, comes back out. Majok makes it safe.
Good possession, nice shot, just didn't fall for Ferroviario.
And picked up by Gaston Domingos. Hendawi, blind pass out wide. There's the shot coming in. Another shot that doesn't fall. Picked up by Numamad at the back.
Again, another good possession. Great execution on the offensive end.
Mungwambe leaves it for Gay. Gay for a 3-pointer. Just doesn't get his range. Beno would love to see him find his range once again. He's proved that he can score those big, long-distance shots. Hendawi with a shot that doesn't go as far. The whistle had already been blown.
Yeah, he steps out of bounds just on the catch, and turnover comes, but he was so wide open. I'm sure he felt the anticipation of that moment.
Perry in possession, 6:33, and 23-point lead. Fact is that there's a lot of basketball to be played, but Perry starting to take the ball up into opposition territory. A little bit of support there from Gay. Gay has there, but there's a call going against Hendawi.
That's the second team foul, and it's actually Hollis who picks up his third.
Oh no, Young's down, and there's something wrong with his ankle, and he's limping away, which is not good. At the other end, you've got a chance for a breakaway score, and he's not in a good place in their jail, Young. And let's see if he can carry on. He is hobbling in a big way.
Quick foul here from Perry. He recognized the situation on the floor, and the numbers that weren't there. And so just giving up the foul to allow Young the opportunity to go and have his injury looked at.
Yeah, it's a left ankle injury, it seems. Look at this. Oh, left.
Right.
It's one of those moments, you don't know what it is. You never know what it is with that kind of movement, but he's hobbling off. He'll get some treatment. Hopefully it's not going to be too serious.
Well, just impossible to tell. You know, when you land and there's a jolt, it could be a variety of things, and we'll just wait for feedback in terms of what that injury looks like.
Mungwambe. The ball out to Chirombe, getting his first moments on court. Gay goes for that darting run, and it comes out wide. The long shot from Mungwambe doesn't sink. That's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful surge coming through, and a big score coming from that man, Gaston Domingos.
Just dissecting the defense, gets by everyone for the left-hand layup finish.
I just love the way that he just got that burst of acceleration, you know. Looks up, realizes the defense is not there, there's a gap, you'll go for it. Points in the paint, 30-34. Perry for a big bucket, 3 points for Perry.
They need a lot more of that. They understand that point difference will matter. You know, they're gonna try and keep this as close as possible. We learned some good lessons about points and position.
Magic underneath the basket, rises up like a mountain man, smashes it down.
Second big-time play, and there's another turnover. Let's complete the thought in terms of scoring and staying close. They will want to keep this close. Just to make sure that it won't matter, or that they were within the reckoning later on in the competition. And another 3-ball made from Perry.
Beautiful score there from Perry, from downtown. But the smiles on the faces of the Petro boys, appreciating Majok and what he brings to the BAL and to his new team, of course. There he is, 9 points, 3 from 5, 4 rebounds, and just played his first minute at the end of the first quarter, and ever since we've seen a lot of him. He's finding his feet, he's finding his rhythm within this group of players, because he knows he's amongst talent. Domingos for 3, doesn't fall, picked up there by Numamad. He's got Gay and Perry here. Perry picks it up, tries to sneak around Domingos. Good pass to Numamad. Tries to get rid of Hollis. A little bit of hesitation. There's the shot. It's a mid-range 2. Gay picks it up. That's a beautiful pass, and that's a beautiful score. Great work there with Chirombe getting his first points tonight.
Great vision from Gay. Finds the wide open Chirombe for an easy 2.
Just biding their time. Shanawi trying to go. He tries to rise up, and the foul has been committed. He goes to the free throw line, and now it might be the moment that Hendawi will be looking to try and get these points, his first points of the BAL.
Well, nice moment here. Great position, forces the foul from Gay, and there's a timeout called. Petro de Luanda are deep in terms of the bench. They've got 43 bench points in this one, and that's been another factor in the way that they've set this up.
Well, they've set it up well. Petro Luanda 91, Beira 70. We're going to take a small break. We'll be back. Yeah, welcome back to Cairo. We've got a 70-91 scoreline here, 4:15 left on the clock, and a magical moment, because we've got Sefeldin Hendawi of Egypt, who is about to score his first points as a BAL Elevate player. Magical moment for him here, season 3. The Egyptian playing in the Angolan team, back here after, Usher mentioned, 8 months away from home.
Well, yeah, sorry, Q. I'm just really excited for him, because he's this is a momentous, occasion for him. Hendawi, he's of course played at the Under-17 World Cup last year. He's going to play at the Under-19 World Cup this summer, and just really getting on the board, completing every player of Petro de Luanda scoring today. Big moments for Jose Neto's side.
Massive moments indeed. It's good to see the youngsters get time. Oh, that's Mungwambe unable to sink that shot, and you can see that there was contact that's been made there, Q.
Yeah. some contact on the floor. And just continuing with Hendawi, he traveled to Angola, toured Angola with the NBA Africa Academy, got a chance to play against Petro de Luanda, and here he is representing Petro de Luanda in BAL competition.
It's just magical, isn't it? Big long-range shot there for Perry. And Bia trying to get himself the shot. It's Hendawi who just steals the ball.
So he skied up so high for the rebound of Bia, but he was well matched on the shot as Majok picks up a block. It's just that immaculate timing. And around that rim, you can't take it lightly every time Atar Majok is patrolling the paint.
No, and Hendawi goes straight up for to the charity line. And a chance because we're at 5 fouls for Beira. Team fouls, of course. Hendawi unable to sink that, not a problem. You know, the experience of just playing this extraordinarily fine competition just enables him to understand exactly how it works. And, you know, they're just growing in status all the time. The second shot's good, and Hendawi has 3 points to his name now.
Fantastic moments on the floor.
Mungwambe driving through the paint, goes around the outside. Oh, it just doesn't fall. Majok trying to keep hold of possession. And who had the last touch? I think it's going to be Beira who will get possession back. 3:27 left to play. And there's Perry. Perry looking for someone. And
there's a 5-second call, a turnover again. Petro's defensive pressure just forcing another Beira turnover.
Yeah, but these are the most frustrating scenarios, aren't they? Because you obviously realize that, you know, our coaches, when they see that kind of possession that's just been tossed away like that, you can put it down to the defensive game, but you've also got to make opportunities for someone to actually get hold of the ball.
Absolutely. 22 turnovers now for Ferroviario.
Picked up by Hendawi. Hendawi around the outside. Going to find a little bit of space. He's being hounded in a big way. Comes out, and that's Domingos Gaku. Hendawi for a big long-range shot. It doesn't go his way. Picked up, charging down Mingwambe, and that's going to be Domingos who fouls straight to the free throw line.
The Petro de Luanda teammates are actively looking for Hendawi, and here's the foul committed there by Domingos rather, on the other end. But on the offensive end, you just see them actively looking to try and find and incorporate Hendawi into the offense.
Yeah, but that's really interesting as well, you know. I mean, the fact is that sort of, you know, we do have different players who are coming on. We've got Bastos on, of course, you know. A lot of the key players, they're getting rested now because obviously they've put in hard graft, and they're 3 minutes away from the right results, which is the second win and puts them right at the very top of the pile in the Nile Conference.
Yeah, and it's a great way to start out for the last year's finalists who just want to continue to build performance by performance. They'll take nothing for granted and play each game on its merit.
And play and just play each game and not look too far ahead. That's what they do, these coaches, one game at a time. And the shot clock down to 4 seconds. Got to get your shot in. There's Bastos, Gaku going in for the shot. Gaku's shot doesn't put the points on the scoreboard. Picked up now by Mungwambe. Mungwambe taking it up to 25 remaining. And a chance for Malale. Up against Gaku, makes some space, beautifully done. That's a great score as well. Bia doing really well to make the block.
It's the screen and then nice find on getting to the elbow. Malale, that's a wide open shot that he knocks down.
So important to have your teammates just get in the way of the defense, and that's exactly what he did. The player from the DRC, drive coming through, foul committed, free throw line once again. That's going to be a familiar phrase in the next couple of minutes, I think, Hugh.
Well, with the way they've shot the ball today, Robbie, you really don't want to send 92% they are from the free throw line. Then they've literally punished Ferroviario in all areas. Triple threat from the free throw line, on the interior, and from the outside.
Bastos sees his shot rattle the metal. If you're coach Luis Hernandez, you kind of happy to play two of the probably favourites to qualify for the quarterfinals in your opening 2 games, because afterwards you know exactly what you can do. But there again, there's no small team, is there, really?
There are no easy games.
So I'm just looking ahead and I'm talking just nonsense.
But you have played 2 of the biggest clubs on the continent, and they've certainly...
That's what I should have said.
Given you a gauge.
There you go, there you go. City Oilers, big team. Cape Town Tigers, big team. Slack, proven quarterfinalists from yesteryear.
We are in for battles galore.
I keep on talking about plate tectonic shifting and stuff. I mean, this is colossal. It really is. You know, you know, when you look at different leagues and you look at the different you know, cities that play each other, these are teams that are representing countries of Africa. This is more than a team. It's kind of a nation, isn't it? Each time.
Well, it's club and franchise basketball at its best. That transcends boundaries.
It does. It turns it into a big continental affair that we absolutely love. Mungwambe. Oh, Mungwambe. Hope he's okay. That was the charge. And the offensive foul. Springing back up onto his feet is Gaku. And they regain possession. Hendawi, is it a travel? It's 73-95. Gaku doing the business there defensively, and picks it up with Anadi Chime getting his first moments on court as well.
First moments for him on court.
We get to see what he's capable of doing. Majok is Chime, and unfortunately comes off the metal. That would have been a wonderful moment. Malale, we've got 1:15 remaining. Picked up by Mungwambe. Mungwambe bides his time. Long-range three-pointer. Doesn't fall. Made safe by Majok. Majok's hands are like grapple hooks. They stop everything.
He is fantastic inside the paint.
Domingos, again, the game of patience is key. Being a big charge, ball comes out wide, there's an opportunity. And that's some space. Gaku working really hard to make it his, picked up by Malali. And there's your foul.
Well, great defensive work by Mbia. He picks up the block. And he denies Gaku from close range. And the chance now for Ferroviario out. And that's the 4th team foul on Petro.
.7 seconds, 73-95. Petro looking to try and get themselves into triple figures if possible. That would be the ideal scenario. That was the contact there on Domingos. On Malali, sorry, from Majok. Foul number 3. It's been great because we haven't had a player that's been fouled out. Despite the fact that Sidibe was basically on 4 fouls at the start of the 3rd quarter, I think.
He was, and they went into his zone, and he was able to protect himself. And he'll end the game with these 4 fouls. And they ruled this an unsportsmanlike and a technical foul, so it will be 2 shots and possession.
And there it is, the business from the free throw line. Only Anadi Chime hasn't scored in the entire Petro team, just to give everybody an idea of what they're all about. Same scenario as Fijamo, who's just come on as well. The hustle for possession, they win it back. Well, Domingos working really hard. Johnny Pedro comes back onto the court as well. And Ahly was in the same situation. Basically, every player who was given game time scored.
And the amazing thing is that because of the Elevate program, there's 13 players on a roster, and there's always that additional name. So it's a unique feature of the Basketball Africa League, but one that has been welcomed by all coaches.
A rare miss from the free throw line for Petro de Luanda. Johnny Pedro, there he is, back on court. He's not scoring it, not getting his normal numbers. 4 points and a few rebounds. We expect a little bit more from him, but everybody's putting in their own little bit, aren't they? So it doesn't really matter.
They don't care too much about stats on the floor. It's the contribution and the work rate that happens when you get given the opportunity to play.
Great steal from Gaku. Petro with the drive, the layup for 2, and they move to 98 points. Last chance saloon, 14 seconds remaining. And the attempt for a layup, the foul has been committed. I think, is that Gaku who made the foul, I believe? No, I think it's Chimate.
It is Chimate. 9.8 seconds and that 100-point mark. I think Petro will be aware of it. They might not care. They may go for the bucket. They might just let the time run out and take the win.
I don't think it's that important, you know. It's like it's symbolic, but it's not that important. Silio Chirombe. Domingos takes the ball up court. They want to get it. They're very keen. And in it goes! A massive three-pointer. Smoking guns big time from that man Gaku. And they make the 101 triple-figure victory over Beira today. The final score here in Cairo. 76 points to 101, but we might not... the final score, that's just an impressive finish, isn't it, from Petro and Luanda? What we expect from them. How about that for the big three-pointer?
Emphatic performance from Petro. They have been exquisite from almost all areas on the floor. They got good performances from multiple players. Morais leading the way with his 18 points. Gonçalves 11, Gaku 11, Hollis 12, and that's 4 players in double figures.
And yeah, just a big performance. That's 2 wins from 2, as we see Carlos Morais. And so, as you can see, we're just here in Cairo for this battle. 2 wins from 2. Petro and Luanda looking very, very strong out there. Q 76-101. And we'll get a reaction from Carlos Morais in a couple of moments once they've just appreciated the fans that are here from Angola. Big performances from certain players. Gaku with 11, Gonçalves with 11, Morais with 18, and of course Hollis with 12. So much strong performances in general, and one of the key figures in this Petro team is Carlos Morais, who's been joined for an interview with Usher.
All right, thank you so much, Robbie. Carlos, 18 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists for you personally, but generally, how key was your performance for your team's victory tonight?
Well, overall, it was a great team win. We were playing good. I think we are getting better game after game. Today I was able to knock down some shots. My teammates were looking for me all the time. I mean, I just did the easiest part. And it's always a good sign when I come here to talk to you. So I'm happy for the win. On to the next one.
All right, incredible performance there. But let's talk about your free throw percentage. 25 attempted and made, and really just looking at 82% really on the free throw line, and you won by 25. So was that the key difference for you tonight for Petro?
Yeah, we understand for us to win games, we gotta make free throws. We gotta do all the little things to, you know, to set the difference. We weren't shooting particularly well back in Angola. I think we were shooting close to 60–50%. That's really bad for a team who wants to win when we want to win. But over here, we improved. We are getting better, and I think next game will be even better.
Okay, you have 2 games and 2 victories. How much is this important for you going forward in the Nile Conference?
Well, we came here with the mentality to win every game, one game at a time. We 0 for 2 or 2 for 2, right? That's how you say, right? Yes. We won 2 already. We got another one tomorrow. I mean, the mentality will be the same. We want to win because we want to pass to the next to play in Kigali. So we got to win every game. We got to be in the best position we can, and we're going to do all the little things to be in that position.
All right, thank you so much, Carlos. Parabéns.
Thank you.
All right, back to you, Robbie.
Thank you very much, Carlos Moraes, and yeah, he's tell it like it is. You know, your percentages are up. You're playing much better. This is what you need to do to actually go all the way here at the BAL. And taking a look at the final game stats, you just understand exactly what they were doing out there today. The assists. It's a team performance from Petro, Q.
Yeah, they distribute the ball exquisitely, and 30 assists to the 14 of CFV-Beira. And what they also did well was shoot the ball from pretty much everywhere, 47 to 46%. They came down a little bit towards the end. 12 of 35 they were from the three-point line, but Petro have been averaging around about, with this performance, they average 36 attempts from outside, and they will continue to do that. It's very difficult to hone out and cover Petro when they are shooting the ball very well, because they get the ball on the inside. Hollis can take advantage of it, Majok, and alongside Johnny Pedro, they have got very good finishes inside the paint. And we have a look at what was done on the floor. Carlos Moraes led the way with his 18 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists.
Yeah, solid performance, of course, and a team performance. Talk about 14 players out of, 12 out of 13 got themselves on the scoreboards, of course, for Petro. Beira, sluggish start that didn't enable them to really sort of, hit the Pistons hard. And afterwards, I think Petro, they just tweak their game a little bit and then they move away. You can't blink against Petro, and they storm into that very, very comfortable position of 15 points lead, and then afterwards it's complicated to get back. Well,
on the other side, Najil Young has standout performance. He's 17 points. He was 8 of 12 on the inside, alongside with 4 rebounds and a single assist. And there's something that Ferroviario can look at and build on, because they need to find positives out of this one, and they will come back fighting for the next game.
Well, it's BAL for her, playing for equality, representation and upliftment, of course. The standings here, well, Petro, first team to get 2 wins, move top of the pile. Ahly just behind with Cape Town Tigers, victorious. And Slack, City Oilers and Beira still looking for their first victory. Lots of basketball to be played at this season 3 of the BAL. And we've got an interesting battle coming up tonight as well, Q.
Well, it will be fascinating, because the City Oilers and Ahly will do battle, and it's going to be it should be fascinating, because front court, they are exquisite, both these teams. There's a lot of size on Ahly, and how the City Oilers figure out to keep the Orabi out of the paint will also be one of the narratives, but it should be a fantastic game.
Yeah, Ahly with home court advantage, which will take us into the second game, of course, and the City Oilers from Uganda. Big battle taking place. We're going to wrap it up right now, and we'll be back for the second clash, as you can see, which will begin at 19:30 local time. City Oilers against Ahly of Egypt, Giants of Egypt. And then, of course, on Sunday tomorrow, Slack of Guinea come up against Beira. A very important game for Beira. They'll want to hit back. And then, of course, a final clash with the Cape Town Tigers in action.
Petro and Cape Town. That's a massive game.
Thanks very much. We'll see you a little bit later on.